what men need to understand. And a lot of men hit me up about this. You in a relationship with a woman and you have kids with her. The kids are going to believe the woman. They're not going to believe you. Men be like, oh my God, my kids, I got to tell my kids about her. The kids don't believe you. The kids are with her majority of the time, and that give her a lot to brainwash the fuck out of the kids. If she's mad with you, if she's frustrated with you, if she can't get what she want when it comes to you, of course she's gonna let the kids know you ain't shit. That she's gonna tell the kids that because she's in her emotions. She feel like you abandoned your family for another bitch. Even if you left the chick and you ain't abandoned her for the kid, if you ain't abandoned her for another bitch, in our mind we still believe that. The kids are gonna believe us until they get older. They're not older right now. They're young, so they're tucked underneath their mother. Men need to understand that. You need to get that. You supposed to get out of the way. Okay, she got the kids. She got the kids. I'm not gonna waste my time trying to persuade my kids to believe me because they're young. They 9, 10, 11, 12. 9, 10, 11, 12, put yourself in that position. If you was a young boy at the time, you felt like your father was doing something wrong to your mother because no child want to see their mother cry. So they're going to believe the mother. You don't lean on that. As long as you do what you got to do with dealing with your kids and dealing with her, even if you're not in the home, you still take care of what you got to take care of. Before as persuading the kids, that's a no-go because they're going to always believe the mother. They just is. You leave that shit alone. You wait for them to get older. Because their brain is not fully developed. They're still children. Don't worry about that shit. So many men hit me up. Oh my God, the woman is persuading my son. She's telling my daughter this, telling my daughter that. I'm like, fam, why the hell do you give a fuck? You paying child support. You're not in the home. You ain't hitting her. You ain't fighting her. You shouldn't even fucking worry about that shit. The kids gonna be mad with you. They're gonna be mad with you until they get older and realize what took place. You can't burden yourself with that shit. That's something you can't change right now. Even if you go to court, even if you get custody of your kids some of the days, they still gonna believe their mama because they see their mama cry. No child want to see their mother cry. She's the nurturer. So when they view her, they see her as something soft. She could be a fucking monster. The kids don't give a fuck. They love their mother. They see her as the nurturer. They're gonna lean on their mother. They're not gonna lean on you. They not. So if you trying to persuade your kids, leave that shit alone. Like, let her have that shit. A lot of men hit me up. They be like, man, my kids. I be like, man, listen, them kids ain't gonna give a fuck about what you saying. Only thing they care about is seeing their mother cry. Them kids are still looking at their mother like she's the soft. She's soft and you hard. You the man. Let her have that shit. And I tell them all the time, let her say whatever the fuck she gonna say. Let her persuade the kids. You do what you need to do. Don't burn yourself with that shit. You burn yourself with something you can't change. 9 times out of 10, when the kids get older and they can see the shit for what it is, you hold your end of the bargain. You still picked your kids up on Friday and Saturday. You took them out of here. You took care of them. You made sure that they was in the classes they need to take. You made sure they were safe. You made sure they had their dental. You made sure they had their clothing. You made sure they had their food. That's the best you can do. You can't stress yourself out over a bitch that's fucking manipulating your kids. I'm tired of fucking hearing that shit. Because a lot of time, when I hear other men talk about that, your other content creators, they be so in their fucking emotions instead of fucking understanding the bitch gonna be a bitch and she gonna try to persuade everybody against you because she's not with you. She's not with you no more. So she's gonna try to turn people against you. That's what we lean on. That's power to us. We lean on that shit. We hold that shit. So whoever we can get to turn against you, including the kids. We're not going to even fill our mind up. I don't want you to fill your mind up. We say, oh my God, why would any woman do that? We already know why she's doing that, because she's a bitch. You got to understand women nature and take it for what the fuck it is. Take that shit. It's hard to swallow. A lot of men, it's hard to understand that some of the women you got pregnant with pure whores and bitches. But that's a pill you're not willing to swallow. You're not even acknowledging that you met that bitch on fucking POF, or you met that bitch at the corner, or you met that bitch in the alley, or you met that bitch at a party, or you met that bitch sucking somebody else's dick, and you still not trying to understand you dealing with a full whore. She don't give a fuck. And it's hard for you to understand that. Why? Why you don't understand that? That's the question I want to ask you. Why you don't understand that you dealing with a hoe, or you dealing with a chick that don't give two fucks? Why? Why is that hard for you? Why you can't swallow that pill? Why can't you see it for what it is? Or you gonna be like some of these motherfuckers around here whining about a bitch that you can't change? That's filling your mind up with garbage and trash. And that's making you poison and venom like she is. See, women, we sit in our shit. We'll drain up a motherfucker dry. We'll call Johnny, Pookie, Ray Ray, Thugger, Tyrone, Craig, Lewis. We'll drain all them fucking niggas and still be fucking miserable. Do you understand that? Why you filling your mind up with that shit? You can't change her ass. You can't change the way your kids look at you. You can only do what needs to be done, and that's the best you can do. Then after that, fuck that shit. Me hitting me up, what to tell my daughter, what to tell my son, fam. You can't tell them shit. Your actions prove who you are. You're not the bitch. The bitch do a lot of talking. You the man. You do a lot of actions. Everything you do is proven. Everything you do is proven. Your kids got the best shoes. They go to the best school. They eating. They safe. They in a home. They got lights, water. They got bikes and shit. They got video games. You doing all that shit. You make sure they haircut. Making sure they got your daughter's getting her hair done. She getting her nails done. You paying for fucking trips. If your kids got cars, you pay for their cars. You pay for their fucking insurance. You help your son get a job. Other than the way he think, you can't persuade that shit. You just do what needs to be done. In the end, you will arrive. Your actions prove it. Because you're not just talking. You're doing what needs to be done because that's your kids. Other than all that other shit, you don't get wrapped up into that emotional shit. That's the bitch. That's the bitch. She gets wrapped up into all that emotional shit. Your dad left us. Your dad this and your dad that. You don't do that. When you with your kids, you don't even bring the bitch name up. You worry about their life. You worry about what they need done. You worry about putting your son through college. You worry about putting your daughter through college. Fuck all that other emotional shit. Because see, when they get older and they sit back and they view what took place, they're going to know what took place because you are proven through your actions. You're not emotional like the bitch. That arguing, calling, going to the house, trying to fight, that's emotional shit. Bitches do that. You let that shit go. And you do what needs to be done. You get what I'm saying? That's what I want to say about that when it comes to your kids. I really wanted to break that down for men because what you don't understand, that's a losing. You're going to lose. When it comes to that arguing and destroying a person's character, you're going to fucking lose there. Because with women, we talk fast as fuck and we know how to persuade other people. We know how to persuade people to be on our fucking side. That's why you got your mama and your daddy calling you, asking you, boy, what you did to that girl? That's why your family calling you, asking you what you did to her. Because we good at that. You let her have that shit. Long she ain't fucking with your money. Long she ain't fucking with your job. Long she ain't fucking with your house. Long she ain't fucking with your life. Let her have that shit. You don't fight that shit. A lot of times it's a hard pill for you to swallow because you want to be in emotional in your rage to let it all out. But how you get up on a bitch like that, you completely ignore the bitch. You got to completely wash your hands of the bitch. If you got a court order to see your kids, you only arrive during the court order. You only deal with that bitch through the courts. Other than that, you don't deal with the bitch. You don't try to tell your kids that you ain't an ancient ass father because they're not gonna hear you right now. They only hear what the mother is saying. I'm telling you some real shit. Telling you some real deep shit. Take heed to this. Understand that you can't persuade these goddamn kids. You just do what needs to be done. And that shit may hurt you. It may bother you. It make you want to hurt a bitch, but you can't do that. You got to have your mind. You got to use your mind. It's your mind. And it's the logic behind what she's doing. And because she can't get you through the kids, she can't get through you with the money. She can't get through to you with the cars in the house because you left the bitch. And you building yourself back up. So she tried to use the kids to get to you. And that's something you can't let happen. You don't let nobody use the kids to go against you. If your son say you this and that, okay, I'm this and that. Whatever. That's emotional shit. Who gonna argue with their fucking kids? These kids are fucking kids. You gonna argue with your kids? Come on now, fam. That shit gonna send your ass through the fucking roof. You gonna hurt somebody. How you win against that? You allow them to believe their mother and make sure you take care of what the fuck you gotta take care of the man. The bitch can't get to you through the kids, and you don't allow that shit. Let a woman use kids over you emotionally because she can't get to you financially. She can't get to you mentally because you got your mind. You let a bitch use your kids against you for what? Come on now, fam. Think. Use your fucking mind. She's using your kids to get to you. And when you listen to all that emotional shit about, oh my God, like, I can't believe these hoes doing that. Yeah, these hoes doing that. Is it going to change the price of tea in China, fam? Swallow that shit. You done had the baby with the wrong bitch. And that's a pill you refuse to swallow. And then you still beating yourself up. What you beating yourself up for something that happened in the past? You grow from that shit. You grow from that. You don't make the same fucking mistakes no more. I'm tired of seeing people always beating it. Oh my God, I got this woman pregnant. I can't believe I did that. Motherfucker, you did it, now grow from it. How do you move on from that shit? You keep your mind. You keep your mind. It's your mind, family. It's your mind. It's mental. She's playing chess with you. And you falling for it. And keep your mind, fam. Keep your fucking mind.